We want to start off with a reminder that we are not doctors. Before you make any changes or try something new, always consult with your doctor and medical team first. Chronic illness can vary from patient to patient, so it's always best to consult with your own doctor for what is best for you.
Hello and welcome to I Will Determined. I'm your host, Mason Harvey, and I speak from the role of a patient and I have Crohn's disease.
And I'm your other host, Michelle Harvey. I am Mason's mom, and I also speak in the role of a caregiver. And in honor of the holidays, Mason is wearing his Santa hat. So,
I'm also wearing a shirt that says fa la 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 la
yeah.
la la.
So he's tried to wear it multiple times actually since we started when we filmed these during the season, probably from November on. But it's like a little different with color balancing. Every episode would be a little
It looks
different.
a little
So
different each
yeah.
time.
So this is fine. This is good.
It's good. We're staying jolly.
So, anyways, so today we are here to talk about,
Christmas movies.
yeah, this is what you want to talk about.
Yeah,
So,
have to keep the spirit alive somehow. So yeah.
and so hopefully all of you guys had a decent holiday. I think it's worth mentioning one of the challenges that some of us face with IBD and us as caregivers is trying to host a get together and do it in a way where we are make sure that our kids or our whoever it might be is comfortable. And so we had a guest over for our Christmas dinner, and we had to ask everyone to wear masks because people were coming inside our house. And so we typically just try to keep things outside.
Yeah.
So this isn't a issue.
But it's more rainy and cold.
Yeah. So everyone was cool. Like everyone was cool with it. And yeah, and I think that, sometimes it's awkward because we don't want to make other people feel awkward. But I think it's really important to advocate and stand up for yourself and speak up. And so anyways, there's that. And we had everything else though was pretty simple.
Made cookies. Started cooking. Learned I love rice-a-roni. They're not sponsored, but
My gosh, Mason is the kind of kid like you will cook from scratch. Like I will look up recipes, I'll do everything, and he's okay. He liked simple like white rice, and then he discovered rice-a-roni.
Well, you see, I like it personally because I'm amazed with how simple it is to make
Right.
and what you get out of it. And plus, I can just go in there and I can make it while she's making something else, so I can help make an entire part of the dinner.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot easier for her. So that's why I love it so much.
But it's so once in a while we cheat, and you have meals where you use packets and water, and
Yeah.
it turns out phenomenal. So, but yeah, he's been helpful. He's been making that. So, we had a good holiday season. We had Christmas Eve. We got to go to a breakfast, and Christmas Eve we got to go out to dinner because it
fun.
was
My dad's birthday.
Jason's birthday. So that was cool. So everything went really well. And so today we're really just here. This is kind of like end of the year
Video.
yeah, and this was Mason's special request.
Yeah.
So I know it's not IBD related. We're not going to be spending a bunch of facts.
In theory, if say you're in a flare and you're like, oh man, I don't have anything to do, you can stay home and watch these movies that I recommend to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's right. So next year,
yeah, or you could just watch it
or anytime
January.
as we would. Yeah, over here.
Jolly over here.
We made a list of the ones because okay, so I did have to narrow it down for him because I didn't want to do like what was our favorite Christmas movies, or like there's way too many
I can't choose
movies. So I was like, okay, let's just talk about the ones that we did this year. So
obviously we have to include all the Home Alones, right? Well,
yes,
we have to include Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, and then make an exception for Home Sweet Home Alone.
Because generally speaking, we don't like any of the other Home Alones.
I mean, yeah,
I hope we're not offending anybody. It might be some,
like them,
2, 3,
cool.
4. I don't know how many after 2.
But it just doesn't carry the same energy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard when, Kevin McAllister isn't the same person. It's always a different kid.
Right.
And they try to get, around the same thing. But there's one called Home Sweet Home Alone, which isn't Kevin McAllister. It's more...
I think that came out like
British.
3 years ago or so.
And it's actually quite funny. So we've watched it every year since the first time we found it. And it's pretty good. And what's cool is... obviously, these people are breaking into this kid's house, and it's along that line. But it's not.
It's not the same story.
They're not robbers this time.
what
There's another reason you have to
yeah.
watch it if I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
So, and I
spoil
think
it
that's what's good is that they didn't try
too hard.
too hard to have like
Hmm.
the little kid with the two bad people. Like
Yeah.
it was they kind of kept it the same but
Hmm.
very different, I would say. So our favorites are still Home Alone, Home Alone 2, and
But
but
if
if
you
you're gonna
if
want
you're
to watch
watching
one of
it,
the other
Home
ones,
Sweet Home Alone's always
that
fun.
would be
Yeah.
the one that we would recommend versus
And there's some
the others.
funny references in it.
Mhm.
I believe one of the lines, because they have something on the TV and the uncle goes, "Why do they always have to try to remake things? They're never as good as the first
Yeah,
ones." And I love that
it was very
because
self-aware.
self-aware, it's still good. But I love it when they are like, "Why do they keep doing this?"
Mm-hmm.
When you do it. But I like that
Agreed.
little touch. Well, we also watched The Santa Claus, which
Hmm.
is another good one. There's also Santa Claus 2 and 3. We watched all of those.
Yeah.
And let me get this straight. That is yeah, okay, so those ones are
Mhm.
older ones. Well, the first one's an older one.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I mean, the CGI in it isn't as good, but it's still
They
cool.
tried really
They
hard though.
tried really hard.
The reindeer were a little
They
sketchy, but
especially when it flew, but it's cool to see.
it's
To
kind of
watch that
fun
stuff.
to
It's a funny
laugh.
story, yeah.
It's like fun to like look at and go, "Oh, that was funny," or that,
It's
yeah,
cool to see how far CGI has come along,
yeah.
with everything, and it's pretty cool. So there's Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. Recommend those ones. Well, not along the same lines, but kind of with that is Christmas Chronicles.
Yeah, and
Uh,
that's a newer
It's a
series.
series,
Yeah,
and it's very the first one's pretty well done with the CGI. It's actually pretty
yeah.
cool. The sleigh is cool. It's a fun take on Santa Claus. It's not the average
Who's Kurt Russell?
Kurt
Is
Russell,
yeah.
not the typical looking one. So it's
No.
fun to see a little bit of differences.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty fun one. And then we have, let's see, Candy Cane Lane,
That's a
which
really good one. I think
that's
that's
a good
Eddie
one.
Murphy. There's a lot of good music.
Yeah,
There's a lot of funny parts.
it's funny. It is funny.
Pentatonix is in it.
Pentatonix is in it. If you like
Most of the
Pentatonix, which
yeah.
if you don't know, Pentatonix is a group.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call
there's
it
some
a
no,
band.
like they sing in harmony
They
with each
sing in
other and they
harmony.
create their own
Sounds. They don't use
sound
instruments.
instruments with their
They
sounds.
use
Yeah, it's
their
pretty.
voices and
So it's kind of
percussion, so
a
it's pretty cool. So
yeah,
they're in that, which
yeah.
is pretty neat, and it's funny.
It's a good one. It's definitely a good one to watch. I think
Hmm.
it's a fun one.
It's one of those little hidden treasures. And another hidden treasure that I want to talk about is a movie called A Boy Called Christmas. It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
It gets emotional in some parts, and there's some pretty cool little secrets in it, and it's a really cool movie because it talks
Yeah.
about like the meaning of Christmas, what it started as, how it kind of originated,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It's a really cool take on it.
That's what I like about a lot of these
Yeah,
is all the different Santa Claus variations, origins.
yeah.
Some give a lot of presents, some give very small
I
presents,
mean,
and
let's
so it's
compare us really
cool.
quick. In the Santa Claus, or it was Christmas? No, it was Christmas Chronicles, I believe. Santa pulls a kayak out of his bag, which I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Somebody's getting a kayak for their birthday. Someone's getting a phone for their birthday. Congratulations. But A Boy Called Christmas, it's really cool because it shows where it originated, kind of. The gifts,
Like a spinning
is just a little top,
top.
a simple
Yeah.
little wooden top that's painted, and the kids are so happy to see this because they don't have toys. It's an old, well, not it's not an old movie,
No, it's a
but
new movie, but set in an
it's
older
set in
time.
old times,
Hmm.
kings, and so it's a really cool movie because you don't need all this fancy stuff to cause a little bit of happiness. You just need something simple, something that a lot of care was put into it, a lot of
I think
heart
it's
and
like it talks about like the joy of
just
giving
joy of giving.
and
Yes.
also how it feels to be cared about and
Hmm.
have somebody surprise you with a gift. And it's not about how big the gift is, like you're saying. It's like somebody thought of you. It's a good meaning to it.
That's
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's cool because it also talks about kind of where the reindeer kind of came from,
Yeah.
which I didn't expect. And they did Talking Mouse in it, and it's not Mickey Mouse.
No, and it's not like a weird one
No,
either.
it's funny. It's
Yeah,
genuinely
no, because
funny.
sometimes like when they have
Have talking
animals come
animals
to
is
life,
kind of like,
sometimes it's weird.
and no, the reindeer doesn't talk. It's specifically
No,
just the
it's
mouse.
like because it's like a fairly serious movie, so it's
It
not
is.
like made to be like
It's not. There are some funny parts,
yeah.
but it's more emotional. and more
Yeah.
like, oh, wait,
Yeah.
so
It's not like Santa Buddies or whatever.
not Santa but no, it's not. It's not that. The CGI is amazing.
Yeah.
But
So that's a good one.
if you like the feel emotion, watch that. Another one, I'm gonna go through the little hidden gem ones really quick.
Okay.
Is called Klaus, which it's on Netflix. I can guarantee you that. I don't know if it's on anything else. I haven't checked that, but I know it's on Netflix for sure.
Hmm.
But it's a movie that isn't known about, but
It's
it's
animated.
animated and it's a
Mhm.
very interesting type of animation. Pixar animation, it's the more cartoony. Well, this one is cartoony looking, but it's
Well, it goes back a little more old school style.
yeah, it looks almost like
So,
2D animation,
yeah.
sort of. And it's a movie that is very it brings out a lot of emotion in the ending. There's a lot of
Yes.
funny parts. It is
Yes.
funny, makes you laugh, and but then there's some parts that like you get choked up on, and
Yeah.
it's a beautiful movie, and there's good music in it,
And
and
yes, there's some
mhm,
great music with it. And then I don't want to, I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to
mhm,
spoil anything,
yeah,
but the story of how Santa becomes Santa, again, very unique,
mhm,
very different in this one than the other ones.
mhm.
Very cool. So I think it's always fun. Like, oh, this is so different. And
And
like,
what else is actually very different that I pick up on too is Santa is not the main character. You could kind of say he is, but he is not the main character. Actual Santa is not the main character. And
right.
that's very interesting because
Kind of
usually in a
like,
usually in a Christmas movie, Santa is the main character.
yes, even when sometimes you don't, yeah,
Mhm.
I'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
That's very good. Also, once again, nothing fancy. Well, the toys are fancy, but it's not like iPhones or stuff. It's
No.
carved wood and put a lot of care into it. And
Right.
back to the original meaning and
Well,
the happiness of giving.
and I think that's a key thing, like you just said. A lot of this, like in A Boy Called Christmas and Klaus, like the main differences are the toys are handmade. And so it goes back to the stories. The toys are handmade. So this
Mhm.
shows like kind of like the evolution
Yeah,
of how, and the newer stories show a more modern take on
yeah.
it and how it would be now, because obviously Santa Claus
Yeah, kids
now
are not getting all
would
tops,
differ. Yeah.
but
So,
it's very, very cool. Back to the original meaning. Klaus is definitely one of those movies that you start off feeling like laughing, and you feel like laughing halfway through the middle, and you still feel like laughing at the end, but at the end you still feel like, you start feeling emotional about it, and very good movie. I highly recommend it. And
yeah.
then for the last of the hidden gems, this one's on Amazon, might be on other things as well. Eloise
Okay, I was
at
wondering what you're gonna
Christmas
pick.
time.
Yeah, Eloise at Christmas time.
So we learned about this movie from
So through Rolf
through Rolf
Panarshka,
Manushka, yes.
Patty
Mhm.
works with him, and we were out to lunch with
Yes.
Patty, and this came
And
up.
this
She
came,
was,
yeah, we're talking about Christmas
yeah.
movies. And she's like, oh, you should watch Eloise at Christmas time. So we watched it. And once again,
We were like, and there's also Eloise at the
yeah,
Plaza,
Eloise at the Park,
and
which is also cool.
these are a book series. So I
Yeah.
had been aware of the book series. I didn't realize there was movies. So this was like, wait, what? And this was like these were filmed in like 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. This one was.
Pretty old. Well, they're
So,
not that old, but
but over
compared to
20 years, and we had no idea they existed.
and they're very good too. They're very, very good.
They're so cute, like
Yeah,
so
they're
fun.
they're very fun. And once again, another Christmas movie
Hmm.
that Santa isn't the main character.
Right.
Very interesting. And
Yeah.
it's all about this hotel and this busy little girl who has this great imagination and is running around and basically running the well, she's not
Yeah.
running it. She from
She
her
pretty much,
mind, she
yeah.
pretty much thinks she is, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very cute movie. And
Excellent acting by a
yes,
child. I think she
yeah.
does a great job. Julie Andrews is in this.
Mhm.
She does a really good job. And so it's
And if you don't know who that is, it's the
Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins.
Yes,
So
Sound of Music.
yes,
So yeah, I think it's definitely worth a watch. And
definitely.
it's cool because there's a couple like it's filmed at the Plaza Hotel in New
Plaza
York,
Hotel.
which is also where Home Alone
Home Alone
2
2 now it's
was filmed.
the Plaza,
Yeah. So it's kind of cool because you realize when you're watching both, it's the same
hotel.
location. Yeah.
Because I remember, so we watched Eloise at Christmas time first this year. We were watching Eloise second after Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
And I remember going, wait a minute, those elevators look familiar.
Yeah.
And that stand, obviously, it's not the
Yeah.
same thing. There's different decorations, but the same setup, three elevators,
Yeah.
golds, it rang a bell, and I was like, all right,
So,
this is the
because
plaza.
sometimes things are filmed, like they say, "Oh, we're staying at the plaza," and they'll show like an exterior scene, like it could be stock footage, or
Mhm.
they do their own, they gather some footage of the outside, but then the inside is sometimes like a studio, or it's
Yeah,
filmed somewhere else,
yeah, they'll have a studio, an entire studio rebuild a
and so it's like
section in.
you don't know. So, and sometimes things look different. They don't, but this is clearly the same on location
It's
site.
very cool.
So,
And then the
yeah,
acting, it's phenomenal.
yeah,
Very lovely job and a happy, happy little movie. If you don't want to
yeah.
feel too much emotion,
You just want
if you
something
just want something
fun.
happy and relaxing,
Yeah,
something you can just think happy thoughts with,
yeah,
watch that. So, one takeaway from this is you should watch these gems. Eloise at Christmas Time, Klaus,
yeah.
A Boy Called Christmas, and Candy Cane Lane. Watch those four movies, because
I'm gonna cross this off for
all
you.
right, thank you. But make sure to watch those. They are phenomenal. Put
Yeah.
those on your favorited movies if you like
And
them.
most of these are going to be, and again, we know there are tons of new movies out. There's so many Christmas movies to watch.
Yeah, we only
So,
have like 2 months to watch all these, so
yeah, well, and
come
the other
on.
thing is these are all these are all family friendly.
Yeah, family
So,
friendly. Nothing.
some of the newer
Well,
movies that look really good too that others watch, they are rated differently. So because some of the newer movies might not be suitable for everyone in the family, but these are ones you can watch with everybody. So that's kind of why we're covering these too. So just makes it easy.
and if you
So
want peace of mind, just know that the most violent movies on this list is Home Alone 1 and 2.
yeah,
Well, maybe Home Sweet Home Alone 2.
yeah, that gets
But
yeah,
if you've watched Home Alone 1, just know you're already kind of looking at the worst of the list.
yeah.
So if you're okay with that, congratulations. The rest is okay. You don't need to worry.
And then I want to do the next one because this is
All right.
one of my favorite
Oh, I know what you're
movies.
doing. I love it too.
Yes, Elf. Elf
Elf.
is like,
Santa, I know him.
yeah, Mason has every
I
year.
have a shirt with Elf on
He's
it.
had a different variation
I have
of
different,
Elf.
I have a different Elf shirt for every year.
So, and what was kind of funny this year is we were at Rady's and Elf was on.
Yes, Elf was on.
Yeah, so we were like, oh my gosh, Elf. And we hadn't watched it at home
No,
yet. So the
so-
first time we actually watched part of it was at
At the
Rady
hospital.
Children's
Because
Hospital.
that's how much we go, apparently.
Yeah, so that was on.
Very
And
fun.
so that was kind of cool. But it's one of our favorite movies. We also have the soundtrack on a vinyl record. So that
Yeah, we
is
have
really
the
fun.
soundtrack. One of our favorite songs is "Pennies from Heaven."
Yep.
And then
So good.
Tchaikovsky. I think that's how
Oh,
you
the Brian
pronounce
Setzer Orchestra. He uses Tchaikovsky's
it.
music,
Very
and
good.
yeah, super good.
Now I might be off, but isn't the Plaza Inn Hotel the outside of it? Isn't it in Elf part of it?
Yes, they
Okay.
mention it as well.
So
So
Plaza is in 3 movies so far, right? All right,
yeah,
got that. I think that's the last one though. So
yeah.
a very very fun movie. It's one of the musts we have to watch along with all the other ones.
Okay, we just had to have an aside
Yeah,
because I had a this occurred to me. So one of the cool ties that and this doesn't have to do with Elf, which still amazing. But when Mason said about the plaza, it reminded me of all the little crossovers sometimes these Christmas movies have, which you're like, oh, I didn't even realize. And so when we were watching the Christmas Chronicles,
Yes.
there was it said at the end it was produced, I believe it's producer, I don't know if it's directed. I apologize, by Chris Columbus. It was interesting because we had noticed there was a couple references that seemed like
Home Alone references.
Home Alone references.
Now, if you want them to be spoiled,
Yeah, well, which we won't.
Which we won't.
We won't. Yeah, and that was the one, right?
yeah, it was.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't tell you if it's the first or it's the second. It's the second one.
Yeah.
It's the second one.
I couldn't remember which one.
No, it's definitely the second one because
Okay.
the elves.
So
are the
anyways,
second
there's some neat you might spot it. Some, we'll let you look for that. But it's always kind of cool when you have these different things. And
Yes.
so, but Elf is definitely by far, like, we love that movie. Something we always have to watch. I could watch that in the summer. I could watch that anytime.
Mhm.
I like it that much.
Love
So
Elf.
yeah, it's just a good movie.
Believe we watched it on one of our Christmas days
Yes.
while we were baking cookies
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watch Elf multiple
Mhm.
times a year because
Yeah.
we
And I did
can.
Home Alone too.
Yeah, we did Home Alone too. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did Home Alone.
So That's and then another really good classic one is A Christmas Story.
Oh
And
yes, that's a very good one.
yeah, that one.
Christmases!
Yes,
I
so
love that one.
funny, so funny. And there's, so many, I mean, pop culture references that people are always referencing this movie, or there's different things like You'll
Mhm.
Shoot Your Eye Out
You'll
and
shoot your eye out,
The
kid.
Leg Lamp.
Okay, now Elf, and then Christmas Story. We just named two movies that the main
Mhm.
character isn't Santa either.
Right.
Very interesting.
Right. It's like it's super cool because I think like A Christmas Story is just one of those timeless ones too.
It's one of those I wouldn't call it reality, but it's one of those funnier reality ones
Yeah.
where they're at the Christmas tree place and he's like, "This is a good one," and he stamps it, and
Yeah.
all these needles come falling. He's like, "I'll give you a deal on it."
Yeah,
And
it's
it's just like,
funny. And we also one time like these are fun ideas. I'll throw this out there. Those of you with IBD, you have to be careful with what you eat. But what we did is sometimes what's fun to do.
it's
I don't
we
recommend doing this with Elf,
no
but
no no
uh,
yourself. You'll get
but
yourself some sort of unknown disease.
like when we like last year, I had a Christmas story dinner, and so I
Mhm.
made like a cabbage, which I didn't just like boil cabbage. Like I made an actual like German like style cabbage, meatloaf, potatoes, like just what they had in the movie, and I served it to see if they could guess, like
But
figure
the
out.
theme was
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. So you can sometimes take something
yeah.
from a movie and
So
have movie night
yeah,
with,
so have movie night with the
yeah.
movie dinner,
But
right?
I don't recommend spaghetti with syrup and candy on it. I
Yeah,
don't,
jelly beans and crushed
yeah.
candy canes.
So yeah, but maybe you could,
I don't
figure
recommend
something else
eating
out.
cotton balls either.
No,
Don't do that.
no.
Do not do that.
So I think that's a pretty like I think that's kind of a fun idea.
Yeah,
Like
that is
you
definitely
can
a
do
fun
that.
idea.
So I want to throw that out there because I rarely had made meatloaf and I was like I'm gonna have to make meatloaf because one of our favorite parts is when Randy, the
Meatloaf,
kid, yeah,
meatloaf. I hate
and he
meatloaf.
like puts the potatoes all over his face. And
Yeah.
so anyways, so
Let's tell
there's
the
an idea
healthy
for you
for those
guys.
pores.
Cook a meal from one of these that you see in
Yes.
the movie, which could actually lead you to the next one, like a roast beast,
Beast.
roast, yeah.
Perhaps. Roast beast, perhaps. All
Yeah,
right, so we first watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 1966, the
1966.
classic one. Gotta
Yeah,
watch that one. If you don't, what are you
yeah.
doing?
Which is what we have the socks from
Yes.
McDonald's. Or
Yes. Did you, if you went, that's totally
it's
healthy.
okay to admit it.
Yeah,
We don't
we know you
normally
got
go
the
to
Big Mac. We know
McDonald's.
you got the Big Mac.
Yeah, we don't normally go there. And we Mason ended up we got him the Big Mac meal without sauce. We don't get anything
You
like
can tell I had one because I'm looking a little bit more like Cindy. Like,
he was so then he's like, these are good. I was like,
yeah,
oh no, but we got the free
but we got the
we got
socks.
the socks and
Good.
eventually we were gifted some other socks, so that was cool. So we have the blue, we have yellow, we have red, and we have green. Anyways,
Yeah.
McDonald's
So
socks are pretty
McDonald's socks.
awesome this year.
If you got them, what did you get? Tell us.
So Jason has been wearing them to work. So if you see him at Costco, he
Yeah,
this
you see him at Costco.
yeah.
He's wearing
So
them.
McDonald's was smart. They knew how to get people in there to
They got
spend
our
money.
entire family in.
My parents were there trying to get Jason a pair of green socks. My sister and her kids, they went.
There, yeah.
So yeah, good job,
One big
McDonald's.
healthy family.
Really good
Yeah,
job.
good job. Well,
But anyway, so it worked. Whatever they're marketing,
whatever
it worked. But the Grinch is always a great character. So the original classic one, yes, we have that.
Yeah.
We literally, I think, have that on DVD.
Yeah,
right.
do.
We have
that's
the
what
old
we watched.
school.
That's what we
Yeah.
watched it on. Yeah.
So we actually watched that on DVD.
You're a mean one.
Yeah.
I want to get copyrighted.
The one that we did not watch this year, which we watched, so we're not going to talk about it, was there's the one with Jim Carrey in it, which is like I have it written down to year 2000. And so that one was not the one we watched this year.
No.
Instead, we watched the 2018 The Grinch, that one,
Yeah,
which is
the
animated.
one, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, the music is super
music
cute.
is good.
Super
too.
good.
Yeah, and
The everything
the
is
animation is good.
yeah.
Humor is good. They made him
Mhm.
good at in the beginning. It's an interesting take on it because in the first one he wanted nothing to do with the Who's and he just lived up in his own cave.
Right.
And in the 2018 one, he's somehow really good at making mechanical stuff, which
Yeah, Mason
applause
likes
to
that.
Grinch because I love
Yeah.
mechanical engineering.
So Mason's like, I like this
And
Grinch.
he genuinely goes to Whoville to buy food, and that's pretty cool because it shows they're coexisting somehow.
Right.
But they did such a good job at making him comically messed up and evil. Like, there's this lady who's trying to get a jar that she can't reach, and he takes it, he looks at it, and goes, "Nah, I don't need this." He puts it up there, and he puts it just on the ledge to
So
where it
she
falls
can't
over
reach
and
it and
breaks.
breaks. Yeah.
And she's
and
like, "Oh."
Yeah.
and it's very funny, and
Yeah.
it gets my doctor's
That's
stamp of
what's gonna,
approval.
yes, Dr. Bong and
And
Dr. B. She was the one, she said they watch that year round, like in the mornings when her kids are getting ready for school or
they love
for
it.
daycare or whatever. She said, yeah, they will
Yeah.
watch a scene
We're gonna have
from
to
it.
watch that one more often.
Yeah, it's a good one. We could rewatch it again. The Grinches are always good, classic
Uh,
stuff.
and in the as we going back in time from How the Grinch Stole Christmas in 1966, we're now going to A Charlie Brown Christmas
Mm,
in
right, which
1965.
is total classic.
Yes, I love it. The music is wonderful. The animation is so
I
cool.
used to watch this when I was a kid on
Mhm.
TV and with real
Merry Christmas,
commercials.
Charlie. Yeah, with real
And if
commercials.
you got up to leave, like you missed parts. So like you stayed
That's
there.
what I have thought. That would be a flex to hear.
Yeah.
Kind of is.
So it's kind of funny. You couldn't, you sat down to watch it. It was on TV. You had to be there at the right time. And now we can watch this one whenever. So I
This
was
one
thinking
is
about that.
golf instructor approved.
Yes, Rick, his golf
Yeah,
instructor, one of his
Rick loves
favorite.
this one.
He likes this one and the music too. So
Yes.
actually, it's kind of cool when we were at the
They're just
Bridges,
they're playing
the
it.
golf
They're
where he
playing
golfs. They're
this.
playing this music, yeah, from it, and
They're
it was
just
so good.
imitating it.
Which we also have this vinyl record as
Yeah,
well.
we have the vinyl record for it. You know, gotta have the whole Charlie Brown collection. McDonald's, if you're feeling smart,
I know.
come
Please,
on.
please don't take more of our
I could
money next year.
oh wait, right?
I know you want another one. We'll just, yeah, yeah.
I'll just buy it, right?
So yeah. So,
So
but
yeah,
that is a good one.
Charlie Brown Christmas, gotta
Yeah.
watch that. And if we're going even further back in time, just 1 year earlier, we're at Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Rudolph the
19, huh?
Oh, Rudolph.
Rudolph
Yeah.
the Red-Nosed Reindeer in 1964, which
I don't know how to feel about that
clay
one.
animation.
I I used to love it as a
Yeah.
kid because I felt like, wow, this is a really cool
Look,
movie.
if we're comparing it,
But
if we're comparing it to like the Grinch and
don't
Charlie
compare
Brown
it.
stuff, which we can, it's
I mean, I guess it was. So I'm guessing in that era, it was definitely groundbreaking. Like,
my
wow.
God, animation. But like, they have to
Sometimes
go
they
into
know
this.
they don't blink. Like that's
Yeah,
the weird.
oh, that is kind of creepy. I didn't.
Their
Know.
eyes, yeah.
But as I was
Weird.
saying, what was the one that's you don't? It's not amazing, but you can. It's cool because you
Mhm.
get to see the past. You know how it compares to now. Oh yes, Santa Claus, the first Santa Claus. The
Yeah.
CGI wasn't amazing, but it was still
Right.
cool because it's old. So if you're really into old stuff,
Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in 1964. That's for you.
It's kind of like nostalgic.
It's
I guess that's what it might not be as up to par with a lot of other movies.
Yeah.
It might be a little weird
It's
sometimes.
just fun to watch. I mean,
Yeah.
Donner might be a little bit mean to Rudolph,
And to women. Like his
that's a
wife.
woman, yes.
Like I was rewatching, I'm like, really?
And we're not going to question why Santa told Rudolph that his nose would have.
So, yeah, there's a
messed him
plot.
up.
So that's
it
where
was
I
a different
wasn't
time period, right? Look, they had to give it a plot somehow. So
right. But I mean, I guess watching with new eyes, like this sounds really picky, but it's just like, geez, picking on him for having a red nose, like,
it's kind of
and they won't let him do certain things and hold him back. Like
I mean, his nose is just glowing. It's not like it's gonna affect everybody else horribly. It's literally just.
It was so
nose.
interesting. I mean, I guess they redeemed themselves when they
Yeah.
made it like it was a positive, but
And then he's.
I was like
the
disappointed
teen,
in
but-
Santa being all rude about it and
God,
like
Santa is not actually like that. I
and
can tell you.
Donner had like
I don't know
attitude.
why Donner's like you put this thing on Rudolph's nose. But anyways,
Yeah.
if you want to watch it, go ahead. It's a fun old classic movie to watch.
Yeah.
So then I think this is the last one.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing because we have like
There's one I didn't watch. I'm still gonna
so many.
recommend
We
it.
have like 20 movies here. I don't know.
If you like creepy kind of animation, you should watch the train one.
Oh, Polar Express.
Polar
Yeah,
Express.
that's not in our review
No, it's
because
not, but
we have watched it several times, but
it's cool.
there's something about the eyes. So I'm gonna say
It's still a cool movie. You know,
it's a very
we
strange
have to
stare.
admit that when the train is drifting on the ice,
Yes,
we gotta love that. But their eyes are a bit
the
like.
characters are weird too. I
Hey,
like.
how are you doing today?
I grew up. Yeah, I grew up reading. The book was my favorite.
Yeah.
The book as a kid was my favorite.
Mhm.
And so when the movie came out, I think it's one of those things where like it just was kind of like, like the music is good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great scenes, but it's just like the faces, there's something about it. It's a little weird. We didn't watch that this year. We ran out of time, and
Well, I was
we're
planning on
like,
watching it tonight, but
yeah, we might fit that in before New Year's. You know, I guess
good
it's
try, right?
yeah, still okay to watch a few Christmas movies until New Year's.
But
So
here's the last one, and one of the best ones. I did
I
well,
think
not
it's our
educational wise, but
I think
lesson,
it's like
moral,
yes,
moral wise,
exactly.
and just the meaning. And once again, Santa is not the main character. It's very interesting about this reality of this dude.
It's really not even about
Christmas.
Santa
Well,
Claus.
no, it's not really about. Well, it's kind of about Christmas, but it's more
It
about the
is.
struggles of life itself. And you're probably seeing where we're going. It's a Wonderful Life,
Yeah.
and so it's an amazing. It's amazing. And
Yeah.
okay, tell me, do you know the quote that was on the poster that you mentioned to me?
Comparison is the thief of joy. Something is, and that is like it shows on there it's Teddy Roosevelt who said it, and there is a quick. It's shown just barely in the
You can barely
background.
catch it, but
Yeah.
that poster is basically the whole
Right.
moral of the
Or
movie
when you
too.
compare what you have, compare your job, compare your worth, compare anything to somebody else, it can
I'm
make
a
you
grown,
feel
right? I could be comparing my life right now to
right.
some kid who is perfectly healthy, but how is that going to make me happy? I might as well, be myself and just think, look at what I
Right.
have, and be happy for what I got and everything I can do.
And just be satisfied. I think a lot of us have so much to be
Mhm.
happy about, but you look at other people and think they must be happier because they have, like Mason said, they don't have Crohn's or
Yeah.
they have this or but it's like a grass is always greener kind of thing too. But
Yeah, the
it's a
grass is
good,
always greener.
just a really good, poignant reminder, and it's so fast. And I don't even know if
Mhm.
most people will ever catch that,
No.
but it's really in the end, it's also what Clarence wrote. I don't. You know, if you've, I don't want to say too
No,
much. I
no.
mean, most of you probably watched this film forever, but what he wrote in the book that he gives Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Bailey.
But when he gives in the book, it's really about your worth. It makes a lot. It just makes a lot of sense. So you should watch it and pay attention to that.
Definitely pay attention.
Pay attention to that part, and
But
just a really. It's. I mean, some parts of it's an
it's
older movie.
deep.
Jimmy Stewart, who's in it, he does an excellent job,
Mhm.
and as does everybody in the movie. But it's just, yeah, it's a good classic, and we
Yeah.
used to watch it on Christmas night. This time we watched a little earlier, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things that's just a good reminder to really to stop thinking,
Mhm.
too hard about everything else and what you don't have or what you need, or and just remember, be a good person,
Mhm.
be a kind person.
I mean,
And like you were saying, it's the moral of the story,
Mhm.
just don't be too greedy, do things for the right reasons. It'll repay you.
Yes. Stop comparing to everything else. You don't need all this stuff. You don't need a
Yeah.
yacht to be happy. You don't need $1 million to be happy. You
And
got a lot to be thankful for, right?
what I was thinking of the other quote, it's the one, do you remember one good deed?
Okay, from Klaus, we have. I'm not gonna be able to say it word for word,
Right.
so you
Okay.
can watch it. Say if I'm right, but it's one. Okay. I'm gonna try to do it. One good deed always sparks another.
Yeah, it's either a kind act or good
One
deed.
one kind act always sparks another.
Right. Which is one of my favorite quotes too, because that is
It's
so true.
It's simple. It's quick,
Mhm.
but it is so.
It's an important
true.
reminder to do kind things for others. And sometimes you will do something for somebody, and the kind act isn't going to come right back at you.
No, it's gonna.
But it may come back in a different way. And
Mhm.
it's just a good reminder to be a good person.
Yeah.
So I think that's,
Try to be good.
yeah.
Right?
So I think
Yeah.
that's
I think that's pretty much
our
all.
list. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, we've watched other movies. But this, we don't want to
Let's go
sit there
back to
forever.
October. We watched a Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, no, but I mean, there's other Christmas movies. There's so many,
There's definitely.
but we weren't here to like review all of them. We just wanted to review what we watched because there's so many others you're probably listening. You're going, oh, these are. But if you have a favorite one and that you watched the season, you want to share, even if it's one we talked about, one we didn't, please say it in the comments. Let us know, and if there's one you think we should watch.
About.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, this will be airing, I think it'll be just about the first of the new year, this episode. So you'll be watching us there in the new year.
Why is Mason wearing a Santa hat in February?
Yeah.
I was wearing it in December.
I figured it would still be okay because by the time we're just coming on to
Like,
the end
I'll
of
still
that.
be wearing this hat in February.
Yeah, if he could, he's not going to be.
No.
No, it's going to get packed up. It always does get packed up with everything
I'll
else,
still
so
be
we
here
don't
with
lose
this
it.
flannel.
Well, if you keep it in your room, probably lose it, and
Yeah.
something will happen to
Okay,
it.
well,
So anyways, it'll be gone.
I'll be gone.
But
I'll have
yeah,
I'll have my McAllister hat.
so yeah, you do
Uh,
have that.
I
You
do.
do have that one you can wear. So hopefully you guys are all healthy, doing well heading into the new year. And if you're struggling with anything, we really hope that you're able to find something that helps and you're receiving good care. If ever anybody needs to reach out, just feel free to reach out. Let us know if we can help you.
Mhm.
We're always here to
To
be
help.
supportive, to offer whatever advice we can. Not medical advice.
No.
More from just how maybe we handle something if we can help you or point you in the right direction if you do need some help. So please
Mhm.
feel free to reach out anytime. That's what this show is all about. And I think actually we'll be heading into our 5th season
Wow.
of the show.
See when we started it.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago now.
Wow.
So
Big deal.
yeah, so we're heading into our 5th season. So starting the new year, you'll probably see some changes there. We'll be ending, this is the last of season 4, and we'll be heading into season 5. So we
Yippee,
will
right?
we'll see you there.
See you
But
there.
first of all, before we do that, head over to our Instagram to Team IB Determined. Give us a follow if you want to see
A jolly follow.
everything, what we're doing. And go ahead and go do that. You can follow the Reggie Project. And you are maybe watching us, but if you just want to listen to us on a podcast station, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio,
Yes.
Amazon Music, Apple
We have
Podcasts.
more podcast stations linked through Buzzsprout.
We're on a
They have
bunch.
all-
So yeah, so if you just want to listen on your drives home, maybe when you're running on the treadmill, taking a run, if you want to do that,
Trying to go to sleep.
have a listen.
Yeah, have
We're
a
here
listen,
for anything to help. And
Yeah, but if you want to watch us and see the splendid hat I'm wearing, it's very jolly. You should
Yeah.
watch us on YouTube. There's also a YouTube podcast, but if you're on YouTube, it's kind of
you might as well watch.
But if you're on YouTube, make sure to give us a like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified every time we post a new video, make sure to hit that bell icon. And please leave comments. What did you enjoy about this episode? Are there any movies that you like? Just say hello. Please remain positive. We don't want
Yeah.
negativity in this jolly comment section.
Nope.
Yes, and also if you're having some hard times, if you're in a flare, try to do something that'll make you happy. And maybe that would be sitting on your couch, getting a blanket, getting some hot chocolate to
And
drink it, watching one of the movies we just told you about.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, what month it is. Have a Christmas day. Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, most positive time of the year, almost for me. So maybe it will help you feel better. And
Right.
so just try that.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice. It's
Yes.
helpful.
Good cheer.
It is very helpful. So hopefully,
Yes.
if you're listening to this any time of the year and you hear this, you're like, hey, I need to watch a Christmas movie. Well, here we have
Go
some
ahead, we have a list
recommendations
for you.
So thanks for listening. I know this was nothing IBD
We're gonna take this
related.
and go, what the heck is going on?
Like, why is people just babbling on about
Christmas
Christmas
movies.
But
This is
it was Mason's
cringe.
idea. He asked if we could do this, and he's usually such a good sport talking about all the really medical terminology and all that. He's usually a really good
We're gonna
sport
lose
about.
subscribers from this.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to
This
watch
is
a
a- this is-
Christmas
this is not-
movie show. But I figured, you know what? It's the end of the year, and that's what he
Whatever.
wanted to do. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll be back with our regular IBD
Sweet.
material on season 5.
Yay.
So yeah, so a happy new year, everyone,
Happy New Year.
and we'll see you back here in the next 2 weeks on the
In
next
month, technically.
Yeah.
For us, but
Yep.
yeah, in the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yes.
in the next episode.
Bye.
See you there. Bye.
We hope you will stick around, tune in, and reach out to us with your own journeys. We are excited to give you an inside view of what it takes to be a caregiver and what it's like to be a patient.
And most of all, we hope you'll maybe be able to play something you hear on here that might help you in your own life. Sometimes life changes, and it's all about how you handle the journey.